It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Joel's Horror Lagoon. Ready with a song for cult, camp, and restored horror.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Lagoon. I am Gilman Joel and joined, I should say as always now, because I feel like we've done this enough, Dave, that you're part of this, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, right.
So Dave, Dr. Shark Becker is here with me to talk, hold up the box, SHATTER DEAD. Scooter McRae's SHATTER DEAD from 1994, I believe. Is that correct? I think it's 94.
94, was it?
Yeah, I believe it's 94. Yeah,
94, yeah.
If IMDb is to be believed.
If IMDb is to be believed.
Yes.
And I don't think we have any other source at this point. So
Pretty much no.
31 years.
Yeah. Year I graduated high school.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So, I actually remember reading Fangoria when this was coming out. Like I remember reading about this movie, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It's a shot on video, very low budget horror flick. Had you ever heard of it before we discussed covering it?
I had seen it before once.
Oh, you had actually seen the movie?
I'd seen the movie before, yes.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I have the DVD and I remember watching it. I don't remember why. It might have been it was probably this year for our Land of the Creeps top movies of the 90s.
Okay.
So when 1994 came around, I'll be honest, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
I was trying to find something to get a top five.
You're like, oh, crap. All right, well, we got Scream. Okay, and...
Scream was 96.
Yeah.
This was
this was 94.
Yeah,
okay.
94. This was a real struggle.
Yeah, because that was the year I graduated high school, but I remember there wasn't 93 to 94, because 93... was Leprechaun, right? Leprechaun came out in 93.
It might have been, yeah. And it's funny because I don't even know that made my list in 90 for 93. And I'm pretty sure Shatter Dead did not make my 94 list either.
But Brain Scan would have been 94, right?
Yeah, I think so. And there were some.
There's some that they're not great when compared to other time periods of horror movies, but there are some in and of themselves that have a certain charm to them.
Well, the 90s have been a struggle. Getting through the 90s has been tough because, like you said, you had Scream, you had Candyman, you had some others. 99 really kicked me in the butt because there was a movie that I knew was going to not only be in my number one of 99, it was going to be in my top 5 of the decade. It probably was going to be like number 1 or 2 of the decade. And then I found out it wasn't actually released until 2000.
Oh my God!
And that's Takashi Miike's Audition.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I thought that was 99 too. Okay,
it only played at one film festival in 1999.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
The second time it played was January of 2000.
Wow!
And it debuted in Japan in like April of 2000.
Yeah, although that
Japanese movie. So.
I don't know why that reminded me. Only because it's a Japanese film as well, and it's from that era. But I just got the special edition a month or so ago of Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, that's 2000 also.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of that one. So
I love that movie.
Yeah, I love it.
I still haven't seen the second one.
I haven't either.
The second that I think the director's son had done.
Yeah, I never saw it.
But the first one is just so amazing.
Yeah, Hunger Games, eat your heart out.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're here to talk SHATTER DEAD. So you had seen it before. So what's funny is, again, it's one of those that it was this movie, and there's another movie by a guy named, I think is it Leif Jonker? Is the guy's actual name. It's Leif, and I think the last name is Jonker, like Jonker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Darkness. And I think it's kind of like it's kind of like I don't know if I assume it's shot on video. It could have been 16, but I think it was shot on video. It's a vampire flick, but it's super gory, like SHATTER DEAD.
Yeah.
And I remember it was kind of like part of that. There was this whole thing with Fango in that early 90s where they did the Notes from the Underground, I believe is what they called it at the time. Mm-hmm. And it was articles about, they would interview like Ron Bonk, and I think Tim Ritter might have gotten one. Like there's all those guys, J.R. Bookwalter, all those guys who were making movies of that
I got you.
Like,
Yes.
you know, that shot on video for like $1.05, that kind
Right.
And so I had always been intrigued, but here's the thing, man. I know this is gonna be a weird movie to bring up when we're talking about Shatter Dead, but for the first time ever, I'd bought the Criterion Collection and saw Slacker. I had never seen Slacker before.
Oh, okay.
Richard Linklater's first film, right? You've seen that, I assume.
You know what? I don't know that I have.
What? Oh, wow.
I don't know that I have,
Okay.
but I think I have that Criterion that you're talking
Okay,
about.
well, you should definitely watch it because it's a very interesting movie and it's very obviously simple, very character driven. There's basically no plot at all.
Okay.
But it's not. But here's the reason why I bring it up. There's a reason because that movie, much like Shatter Dead, did something where I went into it because I'd always known about it. Like I thought I had seen like some clips from it, and I had a specific idea in my head of a sort of an element of what that movie was or what it was about, and I was really wrong. In Slacker's case, it was in a good way. It was wrong, and in Shatter Dead's case, I guess it does. It's almost like 6 of 1, but it wasn't what I thought. I don't know what I thought. I guess I had it in my head. Because
were you thinking zombie? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I think I was thinking more like because I know, and actually I don't know if you got to watch any of the extras on the disc or not.
I didn't. No, because for some reason when you click on the disc, it's like a 4-minute thing to get to the menu.
Oh, dude, it's such a pain in the. I would say I don't know who did the DVD menus on this thing. I honestly,
my kids like, wait a second, where's the menu? How come there's no menu?
Oh yeah,
here?
they play like just for people who don't know. So like, and there's quite a bit of extras on this. So
yeah,
when you go into each, like you're going into the audio commentary, or you click on behind the scenes, you click on this, that, or the other thing. It starts with like a scene from the movie, like it's like a cut, like it's
Right.
And normally what they would have done, right, is they would had that for like 5 seconds, and then
it used to, right?
But no, it plays like for minutes, several of them minutes and minutes long. You're like, I actually got, by the way, you know the trick to it? Because you can't do like on your remote, just like you can't like skip to a chapter. It won't do that. But if you hit fast forward a few times, it'll go through it real quick and then you can get the menu.
All right, well, that's good to know because I wanted to see the extras on this.
Yeah.
I wanted to see some of that stuff, but I didn't. Because even scene selection, I'm sitting there for like,
Dude, it was
what the hell is it scene selection?
Crazy. I honestly have never had a DVD that's like that. I've had them.
I never have either.
Where they have like different. They try to get fancy with the menus, but this is like because I think this particular version must have come out like right around 99, 2000 because
probably, yeah.
And the reason, or maybe 2001 or 2 even. I don't know. I didn't look at the box and I'm too blind to make out the thing. But the reason why I bring it up because there is I love it when they do this. So they have like a cable access where it was like shot at like a local community college.
What I wanted to see. I wanted to see something like that. Yeah.
It's like a 30-minute long interview with Scooter McRae at some community college, right? Like on their, like almost like their video productions, kind of thing, right?
I know that's what I was involved with in the day.
Yes, and I think you'll really. I thought of you too, and I thought, oh, Dave, we should see this. And they actually, so what was interesting about it is they get into a discussion about violence in movies and blah blah blah, and specifically because Columbine must have just happened because the guy who's interviewing him he's like a college student. He's like, so you don't feel like with obviously what just happened he said with what just happened in Colorado. And he says that like and they get into this discussion about the whole like that endless discussion about do movies make psychos, but no, movies make psychos more creative.
Right.
They don't create them, they make them more creative.
Right.
But yeah. So this movie though, Scooter McRae within that, and once he said this, I almost wish I had watched that interview first. Because when he said, I was like, okay, I kind of see what you're trying to do. He called it an existential zombie film. And it's like, okay, I get that. Like I get what he's trying to do. So obviously with Horror Lagoon, we've had a heavy emphasis on shot on video stuff. I mean, we've had some non-shot on video, but most of it's been shot on video.
Right.
And I always try to find the good in whatever it is. Even Frankie and his pals, as you can see from Dave there. Dave liked Frankie and his pals so much.
I have it in the background, and it's just that I said to Joe, I don't know how to change it. So I think I might
probably for the remainder of this show's existence, there'll always be Frankie.
I'll be Frankie and his pals will be behind me. Yeah,
hovering over Dave. But I guess the thing is that, and maybe it's just it's a sensibility thing. So there are things in this movie to commend it. Like I think there were some I like there were some cool, very obviously low budget but practical effects that I thought that they did really well. But there's just some movies that aren't your cup of tea.
Sure.
And for me, this would be the one that I'm like,
okay.
I didn't enjoy. I acknowledge Frank and His Pals is not high art. Okay, I'm not.
No.
But there, I found I
wasn't aiming for high art either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, again, I kind of get what he was trying to do. I didn't find it fun in the same way I find a Frank and His Pals or an Ozone or any of those other films that we've covered fun. And I don't think he was here. To be fair, I don't think that was his intention.
No, he wasn't trying to make a fun movie. I thought what was interesting about it was the whole concept of the way that it basically you can't die.
Yeah,
you are if the boyfriend had tried to kill himself and he's like, I don't know why I thought I'd be different, but and he bled out, so he had no blood left.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept in that you can still maintain a quality of life depending on how you die.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's also there's a character who figured out, okay, I'll just take pills and put a plastic bag over my head so that I'll be beautiful still. Right. So I won't be all gross. Because now arguably you would still, I get the impression you still decompose, you still deteriorate over time.
It certainly seemed to happen to one person at least. There was one who looked like an actual zombie. I think he was the Reverend's, one of his minions.
Yes.
Or whatever. He looked like an actual zombie.
Yeah. And this does have the, I'm representing by wearing my Dawn of the Dead t-shirt right now. And I think that there is that aspect that actually I was just talking with Tyson about this not long ago that I kind of miss, I feel like ever since The Living Dead 1990, zombies always have to be super hyper realistic as corpses. Whereas I kind of like the whole Dawn of the Dead gray makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about that. I understand it's not realistic, but you know what? Neither is the dead coming back to life.
Well, exactly. Yes.
So
right.
I can disconnect between the two. But I don't feel like everything has to look like it's straight up out of an actual book of photos of autopsies. Speaking of which, I'm fairly certain they actually had footage from a real one in this, and I remember thinking, "Oh, that's fun." Because I don't know if you remember the part I'm talking about where she's in the house and she looks over at the TV, and obviously on the TV it looks like some kind of autopsy or something's going on. That quality of the effect there was too good to have been made for the movie.
Yeah.
There's no way that wasn't.
No, you see the effects in the movie and you're like, yeah, there's no way they could have done that.
And now maybe that's from some other movie that I'm just not aware of, and they just used that clip, which I doubt they had the money to license anything.
Right, yes.
So that's where I'm going. I'm so I'm wondering, did they somehow get a hold of actual, and I'm like, okay, could have done without that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to know. So before we go any deeper into this, I'll just read the IMDb.
Okay.
It's one sentence. This does kind of encapsulate the movie. Depressing tale about a world of the undead and a woman's trek to get home to her boyfriend's house.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it.
And it's very interesting, the names of the actors.
Their real names. Their real names. Yeah.
Okay, Stark Raven.
Yep.
Is the star.
Yeah, she
plays Susan. The girl who plays Mary is Flora Fauna.
Yeah, I always feel like those have to be made up.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sitting there watching the credits. I'm like, these can't be their real names.
No. And by the way, the cover of because I'm assuming you have the same. Do you have the same box that I do?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that the same actress? Because there is a shot that's very similar to this in the movie, but this looks more staged, and or they doctored it up or something for the cover. And that actress looks similar to the Stark Raven, but I don't think it's the same. Next time you look at it, tell me what you think.
I have it broken out into a book, so I don't even know that I have the cover art anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah, it does to me. It doesn't look like it's similar.
It may not be. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder if they got an actress that looks similar to do it. But
and anyway, I didn't look her up. Did Stark Raven do anything else?
Well, let us see. I do have her
I'm looking,
IMDb.
When they don't have a picture there, that's usually not a.
She was in one other Scooter McRae movie called 16 Tongues.
16 Tongues.
which I am familiar with that one as well. To the point where after reading about it in detail, because again, I remember they cover that in Fango as well. That when if Shutter Dead is not your cup of tea, then I do not. I think 16 Tongues. I think you're guaranteed for it to not be. So
and she played the latex nun.
Yes.
The latex nun.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So McRae to me is actually he's kind of an interesting dude because I, again, was familiar with him. I feel like he's one of those people who I've always been aware, like J.R. Bookwalter or Joel Wynkoop. Like there's certain people whose names I've known for a big percentage of my life because I read about him in Fango when I was a teenager. So he's not that much older than I am. I mean, my guess is he's probably somewhere maybe between, because you're, if you don't mind me asking, Dave.
No,
how old are you?
No problem.
How old are you?
I am, this year, I turned 56.
Oh, wow. Okay. A young 56. And I'm about to turn 50. I'm assuming he's our age or in that range. Like he seems to be in that, that kind of range.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because again, he's not like he's some guy who was like way, way older than me growing up, like, Brian Usna or somebody like I read about he was making movies. This is a guy who's younger making movies, doing it his own way. And I remembered he actually kind of hooked up with Frank Henenlotter and was shooting a lot of I think behind the scenes stuff for him. Cause I know on my basket case special edition basket case one, I think there's several behind the scenes things and Scooter McRae is listed as having made those. So, or at least been involved with them. And he mentioned Henenlotter during the interview he did on the Shatter Dead disc. So he was definitely, doing stuff with Henenlotter for a long time. And that was the thing. It's like, had it had the Henenlotter tongue-in-cheek sensibility, you know what I mean? I think I would have enjoyed it more. Because like a lot of people find Basket Case too much, right? There's some people that are like, oh, that, especially towards the end there. They're like, oh, this movie goes too far. I love Basket Case. I think it's great. Like I do too. Yeah, I love it. And it's so I'm always fascinated. Like, why for me is there a line where something just is like, versus like, okay, that was kind of bizarre, bonkers, absurd, but I kind of loved it.
I think you nailed it. It's that this movie doesn't have that sensibility of being a fun movie. It's just very dark. Bleak. They could have even had fun when the Greatest American Hero guy came running in with his gang, the dude in the neck brace, and he just started shooting up the place.
Yes.
They could have had fun with that, but it was, again, just sort of bleak.
Yes,
even what he was saying, I guess it was maybe supposed to be funny, but you're not taking it that way.
No, especially with what happens.
Yeah.
I believe he referred to, because he mentions it in that little behind the scenes, or that community college video he did. He called it a shotgun cesarean.
Yes.
That's basically it. Now, he tried to make the point, and I won't give it away what he's talking about, what happened. Something actually happened involving another country because of that scene.
Really?
And some potential repercussions. But he makes the point that the way it kind of unfolds isn't as messed up as, there is a weirdly, I guess, silver lining in a way. But that's the thing, man. It's like, it's weird. But so if it's about the darkness and the bleakness, but yet there's a movie like Seven. Seven is a dark movie.
It is a very dark movie.
But I love it. It's a 10 out of 10.
I do too, yes.
But even then, I feel like, I don't know. It's like you can have that to a degree, but I think with a movie with this budget, for it to really work for me, if it's too, and I wouldn't know, would you call this movie mean spirit? Like, I don't know that it was mean. It's just,
I guess there are scenes that you could maybe categorize as mean spirited. I don't think the movie itself is. I think it's a very strange world.
Yeah.
It's depicting a very strange world where you cannot die.
Yeah.
You can, and you get the scene with the boyfriend where he's kind of laying it out. He's like, "Hey, I opened up my veins. I don't know why I thought I'd be different, but I don't have any blood." Like when they're going to, I guess they're going to have sex. He's like, "Well, I don't have any blood." So
luckily, she's figured out a workaround.
Yes, yes. Stark Raven has figured out a way to raise the dead. I guess
Yeah. So here's the other thing, and this is a Joel issue, not anybody else issue. I guess it comes down to I might be a bit of a prude because there's just some things I'm like, hey, no,
a lot of nudity for a very low budget movie,
and it's not even just that.
No,
it's some of the actual like. There's some like this is not. If you're somebody who's easily like offended, yeah, there's some stuff in this where you're going to be like, what? Did I just see what I think I just saw?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So I guess in a way, I got to give McRae credit because like he got a reaction. It's not like I didn't feel nothing. Mm-hmm. I didn't enjoy it. Like
it's not, like you said, it's not a fun, it's not a fun sort of movie when you are, and I sort of look at it. Herschel Gordon Lewis, he made all these movies that everybody, like Blood Feast and what was that? 2000 Maniacs.
And it was Color Me Blood Red. That's him too.
Color Me Blood Red. Yeah, all these movies that. Yeah, all right, they're gory and such, but there's a sense of fun about them. Yeah. He tried to make a legitimate movie. He did a vampire movie. I can't even remember what it's called now, but he tried to make it like a real movie. He didn't do the gore. He didn't do, it wasn't his normal sort of film.
Yeah.
And it was so damn boring. Oh my God. And it was almost 2 hours. I mean, Blood Feast is right at the right length, like an hour, 20 minutes, because after any more than that, you're going to be getting tired of it.
Yeah.
This thing was 2 hours. And when you have single camera setups, poor acting, not that much money for, you can't really pull off the seriousness that, at least in that movie, that he was going for. I think that might be the same case here with SHATTER DEAD. I think he was going for something much more serious. Like you could tell there are ideas in this movie. He was trying to make statements with this movie.
Yes.
It's a little hard when you have poor acting, when you have you don't have enough money to really put behind it. It doesn't always get pulled off. And there's a reason why most of the movies that you really like are the ones where they're having fun with it and they realize, hey, we're just making crap here and we know it and we're having fun with it.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. It's like, a lot of these movies, especially the shot on video stuff, you can sense, even when it's just abysmal in the execution, there can still, sometimes you can feel the DIY fun, just like a bunch of folks doing their best. And I think the other thing is with McRae, like I got to give him credit because I think despite the limitation of the equipment at hand, no, I'd love to know, and maybe one of the commentaries he discusses what he used. I'd almost be surprised if this was just a regular VHS because the quality was.
It looks much better than that.
Yeah.
It
looks almost like he might have used something that was a little bit above, just straight up, like I don't know, it was like beta or whatever was out at that time,
high Super 8 or something like that.
So, because it definitely, I mean, it was definitely video, but it was not that VHS home movie quality. Like Frankie, even Frankie and his pals. Actually, when I think about it, that actually looked better because there's some where, like, for instance, Ozone. Even though I love it and I think it absolutely is like the GOAT of SOV movies. That was shot SVHS, I know for a fact, and it looked it. Like you can tell.
You can tell.
In certain shots and certain things, really well lit and really well made for SVHS, but you can tell. So whereas I think this one almost felt like it had to be a better quality camera, unless maybe just lit it really well. I don't know.
I think you're right because you're right. You didn't get that same video feel from it. You didn't. It's a well shot movie.
I feel like he's a very good, competent filmmaker. Like I didn't get that sense of like, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? The scenes play out like they play out. I mean, some scenes drag on. You probably some of it could have been cut down, but I also got the vibe that he was almost going for more of that. And maybe I'm reading way too much into this. I don't know, but more of that almost like European sensibility.
No, I think you did. I think he was. I think that because he was. This was a statement film. He was trying to say something about society and about. I guess, through death about how things don't change.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of the guys who the Greatest American Hero dude and his friends who go running in there and shoot the place up.
Should we give some context? So the Stark Raven character, her name's Susan. I actually think Stark Raven would have been better as a character.
I think so too. Yeah, they should have. Let's just let it be Stark.
Yeah, it'd been awesome. But so she's staying in almost like this halfway house for people.
For women, it seems, because it doesn't seem like. Well, no, there might have been a guy there.
Well, there ends up being that there's the one guy there who's the peeping Tom dude, and then there's I think, as it turns out, the preacher man is there. Oh, and by the way, we will be spoiling probably aspects of this movie.
Yes,
so if you really did want to see, although it's just funny, this is not one that's real. It's not. I don't think it's on YouTube. Although considering the content stuff, that's not shocking.
Yes.
And then. I think it's available on eBay. There's several copies on eBay. They're not. It's not insanely expensive, like $6, $7, $8. They're not crazy expensive. But we are going to be spoiling here. So she's in this house, and these guys she's sleeping, and while she's sleeping, these three dudes, right? They break in, and this I actually got to give credit to, because it was an interesting way of having this sort of kind of group of I don't know what you would call them, rogue, just criminals, home invaders.
Yeah, home invaders, something. Yeah, they're just these guys who break in and shoot the place up.
Yeah, they're just because it doesn't seem like they're there to steal anything per se. They just but see, what it is once we know that everybody there, essentially except for her, is dead. Then and we'll get into why there might be an issue, but they just come in just obviously to, they're like thrill killers. They just want to, shoot the place up.
They just want to shoot the place up, which doesn't, I guess in this particular world,
that's what I'm about to say. Yes. Doesn't even matter.
If you're insane and that's something you've always wanted to do, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's not like you're doing it and the consequence is these people are going to be dead.
Right.
They'll just get back up and be fine. Because we're talking about even headshots. It doesn't matter. And but the two guys specifically that I remembered is you got the one guy with no shirt, hairy chest, but he's got a neck brace.
Yes, he's wearing a neck brace. Right.
I love it's just this weird visual,
Yeah.
And then you've got the guy you keep referring to, the Greatest American Hero. It looks like Howard Stern cosplaying as Fart Man. Remember when he used to do the Fart Man bit? And
that's exactly it.
And he's is he the only one that talks? I think he's the only one that.
He's the only one who says anything.
And who's the third guy? I can't remember the third guy.
I don't remember the third guy. I think he was just. I don't think he was memorable. The other two are so memorable that this guy was just like a regular guy, so I didn't remember anything about him.
Yeah.
But it was just that they go in and at the end he goes, "Okay, guys, next house." It's not even like they were targeting that house.
No.
They just burst in, shot it up, said, "Okay, let's go to the next one."
Yeah, just random. And again, the problem ultimately is because there is no death. I mean, and it depends how you look at it, right? Because that's the point of the movie.
Right.
There is no death. So ipso facto, it's just people kind of wanting to create chaos and suffering, but the usual outcome of that is removed, right? The usual goal of the kind of people that do that kind of thing is they want to kill people. That's the goal.
Yeah.
What happens if you take that off the table? That's not a thing anymore. Now, what's weird is, if memory serves, they do that. And now that I think about it, was everybody there already dead? Did they ever establish that?
They didn't really establish. The one girl, Mary, is already dead then, because they had
you don't know that at first.
You don't know that at first, no. But they had to get a shower scene in there.
I was about to say, boy, was it revealed.
Yes, it was revealed. It was revealed.
There was very minimal. A lot of movies, they'll have stuff. They'll do the blocking the scene so that you could see, but it's not. But you know what I mean? There's some level. Nah, this is straight on boom.
Yeah, exactly, right there.
Yeah. But yeah, so I know she ends up being, it's kind of strange because now that I think about it, I'm wondering maybe all those other people were in fact alive, and so they want to kill them. So you could maybe argue maybe this is a band of guys who go out of their way to if everyone's going to end up living through it regardless, but maybe they want to cause everybody to get. I think
it'd be pretty awful to live with a hole in your head the rest of your life.
Maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe that's what their goal is. I don't know.
Maybe that's what they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, even if you are already dead, you will now still have a hole in your head the rest of your life.
Fair enough.
Matter,
yes.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or in the case of Mary, who had got the one who went out of her way to stay beautiful after Susan's done with her. Yeah, that will not be a problem.
Happen, yeah.
No.
And she said, "I'm going to get you for this." Did you not expect her to turn up again?
Yes.
And it doesn't happen.
It did not happen.
It does not happen. Yeah.
So that whole scene was definitely one of the more memorable ones, especially with the way it builds and the climax of what happens.
Yes.
with a certain pregnant lady.
I think it was hilarious when she shoots Mary and then goes, "Sorry."
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely some of that. Okay. Now this is going to sound be a weird thing to point out, but there's a scene. It's relatively early on. I think it's when she first maybe gets to the house, and there's a guy with a beard that meets her at the car, and I don't remember the actor or the character name, but I think
it was like he was saying there's a curfew or something.
Yes,
right?
that guy. Yes, that guy. He was actually really good. Like, a lot of these movies, people are obviously self-conscious in their acting, or it's so over the top in their acting.
Yeah.
He was weirdly natural. And so, it actually jumped. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Because
that was, in a movie like this, that was very interesting. You're right.
Yeah, he didn't stumble over lines. He didn't it felt like a very natural.
It did. I mean, and maybe it's felt that way because everybody else in this movie, like Stark Raven, you could tell this was the only movie she had done up to that point.
Yes.
Not a great performance, but again, in these type of movies, you're not looking for that. At least I'm not looking for that.
And I think I'm trying to play psychic here, but I think that perhaps McRae's thought process, because when I think about her performance, she's very somber, melancholy, almost very stoic.
Right.
And I think that probably was what he was going. I think that I got he wanted somebody who would just convey that detached.
Yeah.
And it's so depending on how you want to look at it, it's you could see it as that actually worked in the favor of the character.
Yeah,
within this world, within this,
take me out of it anyway.
Yeah,
it didn't
sure.
take me out of the movie.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And I think there's a scene, granted, where it goes weird, but in the graveyard, it's basically a dream sequence.
Yes,
and just the way it was shot. Again, there's things in this movie the way he shot it. You can really see. The quality of filmmaking. Yes,
you can. This guy, he knew what he was doing. Yeah.
And he's obviously a fan of movies, knew how to set up a camera. I would even say a lot of the editing, there wasn't anything that was too jarring, that was too, janky and
right.
Because a lot of these movies that we've watched, the editing is seldom great.
Exactly. Yes.
But that kind of jumped out at me. So I think really this comes down to my knock on the movie is more about personal preference than a critique.
If you are not into I guess if you like your movies dark and serious, this is one you would want to check out
for sure. Yeah.
I would recommend this to Jay.
Yeah, actually, yep. Actually, I didn't hear back from him yet. I asked Kyle if he's ever seen it. Because Dr. Walking Dead, I feel like of all of us, he might at least be aware of it.
He might be aware of it, right?
And I was hoping to get his 2 cents, but
I don't. Yeah, if he had seen it, I don't know because it's not. You go in thinking it's going to be a zombie movie, and it is. I guess technically
it is.
It is, but. Not like any zombie movie you've ever seen. Imagine,
which is a compliment. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's one of the things I liked about this movie was the story and what they were doing, what they were trying to do with it. That you are dead. Even the boyfriend, okay, he opened his wrist, but he's still a good-looking dude. And then what happens to him at the end there? It's now he's got to live like this.
Yeah. And that was a very weird. See, there's things in it that are weird and ride that line of absurdity that are interesting because. Okay, again, spoiler. He goes out the window and hits the ground, basically breaks presumably every bone in his body.
Right.
And it's gross. Although what was that weird jello looking stuff? Was that glass? Was it supposed to be glass?
At first I thought it was glass, but then it looked almost like like those things you drop in the tub. Those
oh yes, like a soap kind of like
a little balls of soap or something. And
yeah, like they got the gel like you squish it.
And I guess they were trying to do something because he had no blood left.
Yeah, maybe that was what it was supposed to be, like representative of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they use like sticks and stuff to like manufacture a structure.
The Reverend guy shows up, and the preacher guy, I guess, is what who is, and shows up, and they rebuild him with sticks.
Yeah, and it's weird in a good way to me. Like I actually dug that. Like I actually kind of liked, and and I'm not one to talk because my feature that I made like around this same time. Oh, actually no, I've been later than this. I made mine in '99, but that it's just, how this movie just ends. Because I feel like my movie just kind of ends as well.
Like he's outside going, let me in, and boom, it's done.
Yep, that was it. Yep. We're done. But yeah, like I said, there are things like if you're somebody who likes dark, bleak, hopeless,
right?
I think that's what even a movie like Seven, in the end, especially that final line that Morgan Freeman's character says, there's a sense of hopefulness within the darkness of the world.
Sure,
that makes sense. Whereas this movie, it's like,
no,
not
it's
so much.
This is just a bleak world, and it's. I think the whole idea is you think you want to live forever, but okay, here people are living forever, and then I think that's what he was going for.
Yeah,
okay, this will you live forever if you're going to look like this, if this will be the reality, this will be your existence. And what is that feeling? I thought it was interesting when he was describing what it is to be dead to her. It's like you feel your face is floating.
Yeah, that was interesting. That's interesting to me.
Yeah,
like I like this. I've never. Yeah, he said it's like he goes like my face is floating like inches away from my head, and in between is concrete or something. Like
yes,
you know what I mean?
There's concrete,
yeah. It was an that's what I'm saying. Like I got to give credit where credit's due. At least he was trying.
He was to
say something unique and interesting. And again, and he did it. Like I think in that interview I saw with him, he mentions Romero. As being an influence, obviously because of zombies and all that. But I think specifically because I think that Romero and Craven, I thought did really well, which is they had ideas and things they were asking and questions and social commentary without heavy-handed messaging. There's no messages. There are ideas and comments about things, but you can take from that what you will. Like it's not telling you what to think. Or how to think. It's just giving you food for thought, as it were.
And I think he's doing the same thing. I don't know that it's the type of movie where there's a message there. It might take a few viewings to decipher it, but I don't think he's heavy-handed. I don't think he's hitting you over the head with it either. I think he's just sort of, this is his movie, and then you take from it what you will. Yeah.
So, so I guess any other thoughts or
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Like again, this had, of the movies we've done thus far, this has had the most nudity by far. I mean,
we're talking
about Zombie Army. There were scenes where they were pulling off, the girl army that went in, they were pulling their tops off and things like that. Nothing compared to what you get in this, because this is just prolonged.
And it's like
nudity.
I mean, I don't want to say it seemed like another certain genre a couple times.
No, I was wondering. I got to be honest with you. I was wondering the same thing. I mean,
you're like, is this like going to be?
Yeah, I mean, okay. You had the shower scene where she strips down and gets in the shower, but takes off everything except the gun. No, she's showering with the holster, like the and then the other girl comes in and is it going to be that kind of scene?
But it wasn't.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't that kind of scene.
Yeah.
And then she strips down and gets in the shower. It was just that scene alone had more nudity than everything else. But then it's not over. It's not done.
Yeah.
When she gets to the boyfriend, you get and I think Raul would really like it because there's male nudity in this as well. He's always a proponent for that. He's like, they say they've got to have it equal here.
It was definitely equal.
It was equal. Yeah.
So it was just I I feel like, again,
And these people were not paid much
no, if
to
anything.
appear naked.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
and here's the thing, I've heard 16 Tongues makes this one look probably more
Really?
like PG-13.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from what I remember about like reading about it and like reviews and whatever, they get, whoa.
Okay. It's funny. IMDb, they are both 4.3. Both
That's
of his
interesting,
movies are 4.3.
Yeah, and that's the thing is these are the kind of movies like I imagine there are people who love like these probably are like a cult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like people they love these movies that love them. If this isn't your cup of tea, I don't see any way you could convince somebody. And honestly, the thing is, and I could be wrong, I don't want to speak for the guy, but I get the sense that Mr. McRae is of the mindset that he'd be fine with that. Like I think it's meant to be this like transgressive cinema and not meant to be remotely mainstream or remotely something that just anybody's gonna love. Like I think he's cool with that. Like
he might take the approach that Terry Gilliam took with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where he said, "I want people to think it's the greatest movie ever made or the single worst movie they've ever seen."
Yeah, at least you're getting.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care one way or another.
Yeah,
and I think that's him. I think that's this guy too. He's like, this is my movie, and you can accept it for what it is. And if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah, and he's like I said from the interview and things. I remember reading interviews with him and Fango and whatnot. He seems like a very smart guy, and he seems like he definitely had things he was trying to express and say through his art. And I have a real appreciation for that and respect for that. So that's why I'm not going to ever be like, crapping on a movie, even if I didn't like it. Because
and I think I liked it a little more than you did.
Yes.
I'm not coming away thinking it's great because I did see what he was trying to do with it. And it is just one of the more interesting concepts. Yeah. It really is. This is becoming a zombie, but maintaining your quality of life and never growing old.
Yeah. There's another movie, by the way, if I can reach it. I have not seen this in probably 30 years, so keep that in mind because it came out around the same time. It was from England, though. I think it came out actually. I think the date on this is actually 99, so it is a few years after. I don't know if he was maybe influenced by something like Shatter Dead, but it was Andrew Parkinson's I, Zombie. His soul was the last to go. So it's interesting because this one, if memory serves, I would also argue would be like an existential zombie movie.
Interesting. Okay.
I remember liking it.
One.
And I think this was shot 16. I didn't remember that because again, it was covered in Fango, and then Fango put it out under their because remember they had like the 3 movies that they had produced.
Yes.
Didn't do great, and then they started putting out just movies under the Fangoria Presents label. So so this would have been like that 1999-ish time frame. But I definitely think you should if you can find it.
Check it. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I might burn it to a DVD or digitize it just because I don't know that it's ever been put on DVD.
That might not have been. Yeah.
Yeah. I like I said, I have the VHS, but I don't think I've ever. If I can find it on DVD, then I'll get it. But yeah, I just remember it had a similar thing, and if memory serves, that one is focused on the main character, the protagonist. He dies. And he's gradually deteriorating, but he's cognizant of it all. Like
interesting.
He's aware of it, and he is not dying, even though he's dead. He's undead, but he's it's just this gradual, and it's focused on him. Where as opposed to Shatter Dead, which again, credit where credit's due for the ambition of saying we're going to do a post-apocalyptic, kind of movie. Which did you catch where it was shot at?
Middletown, New York.
Okay, is it because the opening where she's walking was very like Night of the Comet to me. Like they did a good job of shooting it in a way to make it seem like
there's nobody there.
There was nobody there. And then of course you gradually start seeing there's like people that are the undead, presumably like almost like homeless scattered about, And that's the other thing, you could take this as being some kind of like statement on like the homelessness crisis. And to me, the best kind of movies are the ones that are making those kind of ideas. But again, not obviously.
Not hitting
like,
over the head with it, yes.
Yeah, like make sure you think right about this. No.
Right, exactly. What's your favorite? Black Christmas of 2019?
Oh, God.
That was like, those will just hit everyone with a sledgehammer.
And the worst part is I went into that knowing far less about things that I know now. And had I known then what I know now, I would have walked out within 5 minutes. I'd just been F this movie and I'm done.
Right.
But like at that point, I was still in like a good faith mode of like, oh, this isn't going to be, oh, wait, nope, just kidding. Totally.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was.
I hate that movie so much. But yeah, no, I did not hate Shatter Dead. Just a recall. I didn't hate it.
No.
I don't know that I'll ever want to watch it.
It's not your kind of movie because it's not your kind of movie. No. Yeah.
I'm more of a Dr. Giggles kind of guy.
Yes. Yeah. It's very bleak. And
again, I
get it.
Okay, but then I love Chainsaw Massacre, pretty bleak, but you could make the argument it's got dark humor in it. Like it's
definitely
darkly funny. I actually, you know what movie I like, and I still don't understand why, because I hate the rape revenge subgenre typically. Like I don't enjoy it. Is Last House on the Left. I love that. I think there's things about that movie I really appreciate. Maybe it's because I love Craven so much, right?
Right. That could be it. And then it was his first
non-adult movie. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
And you can make the argument Hills Have Eyes, especially the original, is very bleak.
Oh, it's very bleak. Yes.
But I love it. I love it.
I like that one a lot too. And I like the remake.
I like the remake. Yeah. Osh's remake. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind dark, and I guess it's weird. Like it's that whole idea, like you just know it when you see it. Like some things work for me that way, but it's a line. And like I feel like sometimes they'll go over. I'm like, now you lost me. I don't know that I ever want to watch this again. I don't think I'm ever going to want to watch it. So, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I know we don't typically do like ratings, but if we do the videotape for Mom and Pop Video Shop rating of 1 to 5 tapes, I've told you about that one before, right? So one is you took it back that day. You're like you're like, oh, F this movie. I want my money back. You slam it on the table. 2 is you probably you rented on a Friday. You went back Saturday morning after watching it Friday night and like, I want something else to get me through the weekend, but at least I watched it. 3 tapes would be, you kept it through the weekend, normal rental, right? You maybe watched it twice. 4 is you're willing to keep it out extra to watch it and pay a penalty fee. And then 5 is you basically lost it, i.e. stole it, and paid the $100 fee to replace the tape. So for me, this would be like a 2 taper.
Okay. That's fair. I might be 3.
Yeah, because
I don't know that I'm going higher than that. But
I would say for like a J, I could see this being a 3.
Yeah, right. I don't think it's going to be a movie he's falling in love with.
No, but I think he would not be like.
I think he might appreciate the fact that he did this with no humor and he came up with a very different concept. Yeah.
I feel like for me, I say a 2 is because I would have watched it Friday night and been like, okay, yeah, I don't know. I think I need to go rent. Let's see what's been 90. Oh yeah, I could have. I think I need to go rent Dr. Giggles. I need something to like get me through the weekend.
Dr. Giggles would have been a couple years old at that point. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So it would have been around.